What was that?
I'm going to create a new session. It's going to tell me what. It's probably going to be 24-bit 44.1. So I'll click that. And I'm going to say session. I'm going to call this session name. That's not what you're supposed to call it. You're going to call it whatever they tell you to call it. I'm going to save it in whatever they tell you to. Here's my session. Didn't tell me to make a click track, so let me get rid of that. Okay, so I have a blank session here. Now, it will tell you to name your session, so we've done that. Create a master fader. So your master fader. Make sure it's assigned to your main output. And if your outputs are all messed up, fix them. Go to setup IO. Which mine are all messed up, so I'm going to go in here. I only need output 1 and 2. I don't know why I have 22 outputs here. And I only need an output for that. So I'm going to delete everything else. So all I have is output 1 and 2. Output 1 and 2. Perfect. And a master fader is assigned to output 1 and 2. Make sure that your master fader is not assigned to a different bus or anything else. Okay. So I'm going to set the tempo to 90. Or whatever it tells me to. In this case, I'm pretending that it's telling me to set it to 90. Perfect. Import a piano loop. You should know where that is by now. Library, audio, Apple loops, Apple, and then any of these folders. I'm going to go to electric piano here. It sounds like something I was playing today. Perfect. I'm going to put that on a new track, of course. Probably above my master fader. Why is my keys working? Alright. So there that is. It's going to tell me to duplicate the clip. If it says to duplicate it 4 times, how many regions am I going to end up with?
4. No. Oh wait, how many?
If you do it 4 times?
If it tells me to duplicate it 4 times, how many regions am I going to end up with?
5.
5. Because I did it 4 times. Now I have 5 regions.
Wow, can you guys count them?
Can I get points for that?
No. It tells me to create a stereo aux track. So this is just like before. What do you always do with an aux track?
You assign it to the bus?
It tells me to name it. What does it tell me? Reverb. What do I always do with an aux track too?
Send it to a bus.
Solo safe it. Before that, we even started thinking about buses. Now, of course, I'm setting up a reverb, so I'm going to have to set up a bus called reverb.
Reverb.
And set the input of my aux here to reverb, because all recording right now. And I'm going to send from the electric piano to the reverb. I think, if I'm paying any attention here. Yeah, add reverb to the track. What did I forget to do? Do we hear reverb?
No, you
Why not?
forgot to import it.
I don't have any reverb on my reverb. Let's do deverb here. Now do we hear reverb?
Yep.
Okay, so that's all you're going to do in Pro Tools. For now. Just kidding. Am I kidding? No, yeah, that's all you're going to do in Pro Tools. So then we're going to quit Pro Tools, and we're going to open up Logic.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think. Let me make sure I didn't skip anything.
We don't have to trim it or nothing.
Nope. Go to Logic.
Who's actually on that record? On the Logic icon?
I don't know. Me.
Should have been a question.
Yes. I didn't even ask that.
That's a very good question. Jameson didn't know it.
What's my signature? So on the instrument track here, I'm going to add Ultra Beat. Perfect. What else do I
Bad
do?
beat.
I'm going to set the tempo to the same as my Pro Tools session, which was what?
90.
90. So I'm going to change this to 90. Got a quick track here. Make sure I have a quick track. Perfect. At 90. And I'm going to record, I think. Oh, no. I'm going to go to my loops browser, and I'm going to find a drum loop. And make sure it is a MIDI drum loop, or else it won't work with Ultra Beat, obviously. So I'm going to go beat here, drag it in there. Change it back to Ultra Beat if it changes it. Here we go. Weird. Okay. That's it. It's weird. Really weird. Okay. That's it.
So he's on Logic?
That's all you have to do in Logic. Then you're going to go to File, bounce.
Roger, don't ever do that with again.
And then you're going to bounce it, of course, right back to your folder, your original folder.
Yeah.
Name it whatever it tells you to. We call this logic bounce. Make sure it is 24-bit, 44.1, of course, and it's not MP3. See what it says PCM?
Mm-hmm. That's the wave.
That's wave.
Okay.
24-bit, 44.1. Interleaved. We had that problem with
That's
that
fine.
today. Yep. Interleaved always, and then hit bounce. It will bounce. Good. Make sure you save your logic session, by the way. Logic session. Almost forgot to do that. Quit logic.
Nice man.
And then we're going to go back into Pro Tools. Back and forth.
Roger, I swear.
And we're going to import that loop we just bounced out of Logic.
Question: why is it a beach ball?
It's a, I don't know, it's the pinwheel.
It's
the,
a color wheel.
you guys remember when it was black and white?
Back in the day.
Back to my other session. And I'm going to import audio. How do I do that? Shift Command I. Or I can hit Option semicolon to go to my workspace. I like doing that too. Do that. Why did, oh. Go to instructor, desktop, whatever they tell me to. Logic bounce. I'm going to drag that into my session. And there it is. You can see it fits right in line with my grid because it is the same tempo. Now my piano isn't the same tempo, so that's not going to work.
Okay.
Save, quit. That's it. That's the whole final.
So you didn't have to
That's
touch
it?
your piano to be the center one?
Nope.
Roger, why are you so close? No.
That being said, it will